So we have two more important options. First is rethrow, second is throw activity. So first is rethrow activity, second is throw activity. So in the rethrow activity, so what is the purpose of rethrow activity? I will explain. Let's say what is an integration name? OSC. Okay. So let's deactivate. Okay. Deactivate. Right? So normally what happens is if like for example when the error occurred here, in the instance, when the error occur in the instance, so what will happen? The data has stored into table, right? Staging table, and the global is executed or not. Last class global executed or not. Hmm? So when the global will execute. So for example, if you are not handling in the if you are not handling in the main flow, so you have handled using the scope, right? So that is the reason it is not executing in the global. I already told you that unhandled exceptions from the main flow will be taken care by global. So I have shown the global without handling here. So now we have handled. That is the reason it is storing into the table. So if you are not handling, it will go to the global. Now I will ask one question to you guys here. I will write some logic here outside of the scope. Hmm? So this is a scope, right? So outside of the scope, can I? So what happened? Okay, which instance we are working is first of all? Hmm? Which instance?
Dev 30.
You remember Dev30 we have changed the password, right? Dev30 we have changed password, right? Changed or not? Hmm? Okay. Let me just Test connection is showing success. So now what we will do? We'll make the to get the error. So we are making the connection should be in success. Huh? Security console. Okay. I'm giving ABC. So after class, guys, anyone can reset the password. ABC 1 2 3 4 5 the password. For the dev 30. So ABC 1 2 3 4 5 the password for the dev 30. So after the class, you anyone can log into application. So you put back to welcome 1 2 3 so that other people can practice. Hmm? Otherwise, just you remind me after the today class. I will reset the password. So because if I now I reset the password, that someone cannot be accessed dev 30, right? So, so we have reset the password. We have reset the password. Definitely error will come, right? So definitely error will come. Correct or not? So definitely error will come. Why? Because so the password is changed, right? So it means the instance is down now. So that means error will come here. So what will happen? We have handled the all the actions. We have handled all the actions in the scope, right? So that means we have handled. What will happen here? It will get that catch that error and it will store into table. That is what we discussed. Hmm? Now you tell me, guys, when error occurred, this actions will execute or not? Other actions. Here it will be failed, right? So other actions will execute or not? Other actions will execute or not? So other actions will not execute. So what about outside of the scope? Outside of the scope, the other actions will execute or not? Hmm? Okay. Activate the activate the integration. So run the integration. Run. So this is error, and now it is scope fault handler has been executed, and that data has inserted into the table. So now, if you observe carefully, if you observe carefully, uh, you will not see anywhere. See now, if you look at this one, the data has error data inserted into the table. So other actions integration has been failed. So global also not executed. So why I am telling this is executing, not executing, guys? So this green color indicates executing. So this dot it is not executing. So here error occurred. So global will be executed or not? How you know that? So this green color is there, no? So this green color will not be there in the global. Let me see. Understand, right? So, so now you tell me, guys. I am deactivating the integration, deactivating the integration. So I will put the one logger message outside of the scope. Logger message outside of the scope. Put the logger message outside of the scope. So I will ask a question here. So will execute or not? What is mean by logger? Logger means just it will print some message here. Hmm? Just add the logger. Shifting outside of the. So basically, why we will use this logger is logger will be taken care to print the values from the integration. That time we will use the logger. Just it is not required here, but the point is after we add this logger outside of the scope, so will it gets executed or not? So now we are not handling the exception right here. So for this activity, we are not handling the exception. So outside of your scope, I have added the logger just to print the message here in the payload. So the logger purpose is to print the messages in the payload. So not only we can add the logger, anywhere you can add in the logger in the inside of the flow. So for example, I want to print the value of the flag. So that time we will do this. You know, right, in PLSQL and Java. In the PLSQL, we will use the DBMS output.put line. In the Java, we will use the system.out.println. Same like logger also, one of the activity to print the values from the integration. So now we put the logger outside of the scope. So you tell me, guys, now we know that integration will be error out, right? Now the integration will be error out. So I will ask the question to you. So outside of the scope, we put this logger. So will it get executed or not? That is my point. That is my question. Anyone can tell answer. Outside of the scope, I have put this logger. Some logic. Maybe not only logger, you can put some logic here. So that logic will execute or not. So now inside of the scope, after this action, so this has not been executed, right? So now we put outside of the scope. Anyone can answer? Activate that test. Activate. Run. So this is failed. So other action from the integration has executed. So now the error information has stored into table. So now if you see the logger, green color will be there or not? It is printed. Hmm? So it is printed. So logger has been executed. That means, so outside of the scope, whatever the logic is there in the integration, that will execute. So outside of the scope, outside of the logger, logger, that will execute. Outside of the scope, whatever the logic is there, that will execute. Outside of the scope, whatever the logic is there, so that will execute. Understand or not? Outside of the scope, whatever the logic is there, that will execute if you handle default. Hmm? Now, consider the example. Consider the example. Now, if for example, if you handle in the scope, this is, for example, this is the invoice. So this is the invoice. So now this is the payment. Hmm? So this logic, assume that this is the logic we have done in the payment. Okay. invoice in the invoice in one scope, payments logic in another scope. Invoice logic. Invoice logic in one scope and payments logic in another scope. So once the invoice has been filled, so you want to execute the payment logic or not? Basic question I am asking is. So for example, invoice we are creating here, but this is failed. So do you want to jump into the payment logic or not? Hmm? So basic question I am asking is. Basic question I am asking, not a complex question. So, so once the invoice created, then only payment should be happen, right? Guys, are you able to hear or not? Guys, are you able to hear or not?
Yeah, Vamshi.
I am asking basic question. If people are not responding, means how this. At least you people respond something if you are not understanding. Oh, yeah. See, if you are so like for example, if you are not attending classes, just you want to ask the you can take the videos and watch now. So why do you your time and my time waste for that? See, since you people are only silent, right? So you take the videos and watch, right? Why do we have to take the time and take the videos and whenever you require the interview, then I can help, right? So why do we have to spend the time and asking you if you are not responding? Hmm? What Ashok, you can take the videos and watch, right? Hmm? Hello?
No, Vamshi, we are facing class.
No, I'm asking. So anyway, you people are not responding, right? In the classes, anyway, you people are not responding. So old batch videos are there, right? You take the videos and you watch, right? Anyway, you people are silent. There also it will be. I will not be there, right? Hmm? Mohan, what is?
Actually, what you said is true,
Huh?
Vamshi. What you said is true, Vamshi.
True, no?
Mm.
Anyway, you people are not responding. It will save my time and your time, right? So you can do other works also, right? So whatever the last batch videos are there, I can share and you can attend, right? So what do you think?
You can continue with class, Vamshi.
So okay. So why I am telling all these things is, guys, if you are responding now, so that I also get the interest and I'm not asking about the logical things, guys. I'm asking, for example, when you do the invoices and the payments, right? So once invoice complete, then only payments will be happen, right? For that invoices. So we have it. We have a logic implemented in the invoice, and I have a logic implemented in the payments. Okay. So once invoice logic has been filled, I don't want to jump into the payments logic, right? So current scenario, what is happening when invoice is failed, when invoice is failed, okay, so the data storing, but it is going to the other scope, right? Other scope logic executing here. But I don't want to execute the other scope logic, right? Hmm? So that means when invoice has failed, the other scope logic should not exist. Hmm? For that, for that, we have for that we need to put the Rethrow default. For that, we need to put the rethrow in the default. So what rethrow will do? So whatever the error occur here, so it will catch that error and it will store the data and it will go to the global.
Okay.
It will go to the global and other actions from the other flows also will not execute. So the integration will be stop execution. But client say that, okay, error occurred, okay, let the other flows will be executed. Then you don't put the rethrow. So what is the purpose of rethrow, guys? So if you put the rethrow, so it will go to the global and other actions from the other flows also will stop the execution and integration will stop. Okay, if you put the rethrow. If you are not putting the rethrow, what will happen? So let the other flows will continue the execution process in the integration. So that is the current behavior we are doing. So there are two scenarios will be there, guys. Sometimes client will ask, other flows should execute. Sometimes client will not ask, other flows should not execute. So that is based on the client requirement. We need to decide. Whether to be put the rethrow or not. But if you put the rethrow, what will happen? If you put the rethrow, what will happen? The other flows will not continue execution. Understand or not?
Yes, Vamshi.
Yeah. So now let's put the rethrow. What is your understanding, Pranay? Tell me. Tell me if it is wrong also, okay, I'm going to correct it.
Actually, when we read through the flow of that will for all the flow, it will be stopped and it will be
Correct.
stored into the table.
Correct. Error information will be stored into table. Correct. So now what we will put the rethrow. So I have handled the rethrow in the default handler. So I have handled the rethrow in the default handler. What will happen? So wherever error occurred, so other actions from the within the flow will be failed, and this also will be outside of the logger also will be failed, and it will go to the global.
Table.
So what it will do global? So it will send the notification. That's it, and integration will be stopped. One minute. Done. See the flow now. Tell me, guys, now the how the flow this is happening. So this is happening. So now it will go to the global or not?
Yes, it will.
It will go to the global. Now the green color indicates it is gone to the global.
Is good.
Yes. Now the other scope logger will be print or not? No.
No.
Other scope will be turned on.
No.
So other scope will not be turned on. So that is the purpose of rethrow. So it is throwing back to the global. That's it. It is rethrow means it is throwing back to the global. So this is the scenario, guys. But most of the cases, so the interviewer will ask this question. Regularly they ask this question. For example, 100 records are there. So 55 record failed. 55 record failed. Remaining 45 records are there, right? So when the data loading, 100 records we are storing into the table. 55 records stored. 56th record has error. Now remaining records should be continued to store the data or not? Tell me. No.
If you are not using rethrow, then it will execute.
Correct. Rethrow, not retry. Rethrow. If you are using the rethrow, it will not store, right? Remaining 54. Sorry, 45. Remaining 45 records will not execute, right? It will stop, right? So now in this case, do we have to put the rethrow or not? So we need to store these remaining records or not? Tell me. So that is completely based on the requirement, guys. So clients say that, okay, when the error occurred, so remaining records we don't want to store. Integration should be stopped. Then don't add the rethrow. So clients say that, okay, let the error will come. So catch that error and store the error information to table, and remaining 45 records we can execute and store the data. Then that time what we need to do here? Rethrow should be added or not?
Yes, sir.
So that means if that other records should be executed, right? The rethrow should be removed. Hope you understand, right? So, so that is the rethrow activity, guys. So any question you can ask me. So I will show you one more flavor that is called throw act. So the throw activity, what it will do, we can handle the throw activity inside the main flow. This is the main flow, right? So inside the main flow. So for example, whenever the scenario is, whenever you have multiple files in SFTP, I don't want to continue integration flow. Whenever you have multiple files in SFTP, I don't want to continue the integration flow. Only this integration will accept single file. Only this integration will accept single file. So that is the business use case. So that time what we will do, we will handle the throw activity in the main flow. So what throw activity will do? It will stop the integration flow. Whatever error occurred here, so that error will be catch here. And it will store the error information to table. And again, it will go to the global. So that is what it will be happening in the throw activity. So when you are using the throw activity, you have to understand skip condition. When you are using the throw activity, you have to understand the skip condition. You have to understand the skip condition. When you are using the throw activity, you have to understand the skip condition. So with this skip condition, okay, if the condition false, this skip condition throw the condition true, the condition true, skip condition will not raise. Okay, skip will not raise any. So skip is opposite to the if condition, guys. So normally if the condition true, okay, skip, okay, if the condition true, skip will not raise the error, any error. If the condition is false, skip will raise the. Understand, right, guys? Understand or not? Okay, let's add the. So I think you will understand in a while. You will understand. So listen carefully. So here I will add the before down. Here you will add the roll part. Roll part. So new fault. So what you will do? You write something in file system. There are multiple files. Please stop the configuration. Something. Okay. So now this is the skip condition. So in the skip condition, add a skip condition. So now you have to write the logic like this. So you have to write the logic like this. Add a skip condition. So you need to write the logic like this. Add a skip condition. So this is a little bit tricky to understand. Okay. So search the integer. Drag and drop integer. And you can get the count. You can get the count. Item count. Integer item count less than or equal to. I will explain, don't worry, guys. Okay. Consider the example. So now item count. So what is mean by item count here? So item count, for example, in SFTP server, you go to the SFTP server. In SFTP server, now how many files are there? How many files are there?
One file.
One file is there. Okay, consider the example 2 files. Okay, consider the example 2 files. Two files are there. In SFTP server, we have 2 files are there. So if you have 2 files, so this will be 2. item count will be 2. 2 less than or equal to 1. 2 less than or equal to 1. So consider the example if you have two file scenario. 2, this will be 2 less than or equal to 1. So now you tell me guys, 2 less than or equal to 1, true or false?
False.
Tell confidently. True or false?
False. False.
Only Ashok telling other people. So 2 less than or equal to false, right? False. So what I told you in skip condition, if the condition false, this is false, skip will raise the error. Consider the example. In SFTP server, we have only one file there. Now, what is the item count?
1.
1. This is 1 less than or equal to 1. So true or false?
True.
True.
So that means this is multiple files.
It will not raise.
This case will raise. Now you tell me in this case.
Will not raise.
There you go.
No error.
Oh, sorry.
Condition is true.
Yeah, sorry. No. Let's test this one. See. Yeah. So now what will happen? So whenever the multiple files are there, now in our case, we have multiple files are there. So what will happen whenever the multiple files are there? It will cache this error, it will cache that error, and it will store the data into table. And anyway, we are handling the retro, it will go to the global and send to the notification, and the integration flow will not be continued, and it will stop. Test this scenario. Understand or not, guys? None. Multiple files only. This is not mine, right? Prabhakar? Here it should come error, right? Check the file path. Let me check the file path. Item found. Oh, no, no. Yeah. File name we have given it, that is the reason it is checking, that is only that file. Okay. Run. It is done. So because multiple files are there. Now it will go to the global. Now, sorry, it will go to the scope. Okay, it will store the data into the table, and then it will go to the global also. And if you want to verify the table also, you can verify. You can verify the table also.
Okay, sir.
So the scenario is, for example, the file size is there, na? The file size is 0 KB. I don't want to continue the integration flow. The file is 0 KB. I don't want to continue the integration flow. So we have a, let me tell you. So we have an option called size. In the list file, we have an option called size. In the list file, we have an option called size. I will show you that. We have to. So this kind of business exceptions will come. The business validations we need to write. So yeah. Here, throw new fault. I will give the into add a skip condition. So there is an option called we have an option called size. So what is the logic we need to build? Anyone can tell? I will tell you. What is the logic we will build? Not equal, no. Yeah, integer size. not equal to 0. Size not equal to 0. So that means what? For example, 0 not equal to 0. True or false? Prabhakar?
False. False.
False. That means this is 0, 5. You will lay the error. For example, size is size 1 not equal to 0.
It's true.
1 not equal to 0, true, no? True, right? No.
True, sir.
True, right. So then this is more than 0 kb. Integration flow will continue. National where okay. List one. Cursor. We'll put the cursor here. Huh? Not equal to which one? Anything. See, this is the which I have worked in. That is the reason I'm showing. So you can write anywhere, anything. Yeah. There we need to write. Correct. Okay, guys. Stopping.